I'm glad you said that. I'm on that same tip. My wife, when we first started talking, I remember we were talking on the phone, and she's an attorney, so
I'm sorry to hear.
she's a high caliber, educated person. In fact, I don't know how I don't know how I managed to convince her to marry me. Put it that way.
That's a whole other
Anyways,
podcast.
one of the things that she asked me, and if Babe, you're watching, I'm sure you remember this. She asked me, "What is it I want to do?" And I said, "I don't know what it is I want to do, but all I know is I want to stand in front of people and motivate and excite people to do something different or do something for good." And she says, "Well, you need to figure out what that is." I'm like, "I don't know what that is, but that's what I want to do." She said, "So when people ask me, what is it you do? What should I tell them?" That's what she asked me. I said, "Well, tell them I'm an entrepreneur." She goes, "Entrepreneur? That's just a fancy way of saying unemployed." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what else to tell you because I don't know what it is that I want to do. I'm good at this marketing stuff. I'm good at building these websites, and I've had some success." She goes, "Great, but you need a job that can really pay bills, and we can't do it with what you're doing now." And I just knew my gut was telling me I want to stand in front of people and teach and inspire. And I want people to look back at me and say, "I learned that from Carlos. I owe what I learned to Carlos, what he shared with us." And I'm not there yet, but I've had little moments where I get these emails that they're, "Carlos, man, I finally see a Latino that's being inspirational and successful." And I'm thinking, bro, if you really knew the truth, I'm not as inspirational and successful. I'm actually like I'm stressing out of
Yeah.
just the basics on the demand. I got to pay the mortgage and I got money coming in, but where's the next paycheck coming? I'm still living kind of paycheck to paycheck because it comes. There's large sums that come in, and then there's months that are like on the floor. So I know the feeling, but if there's anything that I've learned is that I don't have to get paid as long as I'm standing in front of people and teaching and inspiring. I do get that high. I know
Yeah.
what it feels like, and it's exciting. And every time I do a meetup and I stand in front of a crowd, I get the high. I'm excited. It's hard for me to go to sleep at night, which is why I decided to do Thursdays instead of Wednesdays because I have to work on Thursday. Because Friday I like to take a break.
Right.
And when I don't do my meetups, I lose it and I forget about the high. I forget about how exciting it was until I do it again. I'm like, "That's right. I like this. I'm enjoying it. This is what it's all about." But then I forget about it. I'm like, "Should I do the meetup this month?" Yeah, I should do it. That's why I post the next meetup after the one I just had. So that way I can keep that energy going because if I don't, I'm not going to be as excited to write the copy for the next meetup. It's just I haven't figured out how to come up with the content for the next one. But I'm swiping some ideas from you, man, because it's a clever
You're
idea.
modeling. You're modeling.
Yeah, I'm gonna model the idea. So
What you said there at the end though was something that I found out too, was that as far as meetup.com, and this should apply almost anywhere, is when I have an event, at a bare minimum, the next event is already announced. Like I need something to be able to connect them on to the next thing. And so that helped a lot.
got it. So then how long are your meetups?
The Saturday events are pretty much they begin officially at 1 p.m. and then from 1 to 2 is the beginner hour, 2 to 3:30 p.m. is the topic of the week. And then from 3:30 to 7, we're networking and masterminding. So that's about 6 hours.
Wow.
And then the Monday events are 6:30 to 8. And then from 8 to about 11, we do the same thing, networking and mastermind. So from 8, so yeah, they're 4 to 6 hours each.
That's insane, bro. And I can understand why you brought your wife on board because
Yeah.
there's just no way my wife would ever let me do that if she wasn't involved. It's not that she don't trust; it's just that she wants to be a part of my life too, and I want her to be a part of my life. And we got the kids just like you,
Right.
so that is another nugget. Like if you really want to be successful at something like this, you don't want to exclude your partner. You want to bring them in somehow, some way. My wife loves planning. She loves doing events. She's the one helping me with the Miami Marketer Intensive. Like she's a part of the event planning. And if it wasn't for her being a part of it, I don't think she'd be as motivated. She's motivated to talk to people, to set up the venue, about the food, get the audio visual stuff. And I all I got to do is just basically do what I do, just
Shine.
build and build a brand. So you got the beginner hour. I like that beginner hour. So then you have the topic of the week. Is that what it is?
Yeah, topic of the week could be a guest speaker. It could be a specific topic that says whether it's intermediate or advanced. It could be open topic, which is just like bring your questions. There's a thing called arbitrage within Amazon, which is not really my thing, but it consists of, finding deals online, like in Target and stuff, getting them at a discount and flipping them online or in the retail stores. But that's a really good starting point for a lot of sellers. So what we do is we have like a Wizards in the Wild Amazon arbitrage field trip, and we meet up at these stores, and there's like 100 people walking into like a Toys R Us, but they're closed, Target, and we're teaching people in the field how to scan, why it's a deal, why it's not. So that one. And then we have our trade shows. Anytime there's a relatively close event that's like a trade show or a conference, I try to get people to go. One that I've held off on for a while, but that I was doing a lot, is I would look out and identify meetup groups that were providing a lot of value and that I felt would, like, my group would get a lot out of, and your group was the group I found. I would bring my group when you'd have your events. Only reason I haven't done it in a little bit is the baby being born, and my wife will say that's technically not your meetup, so you don't have to go.
Gotcha, man. No, I appreciate that, dude, and that's how I learned about you. You in BNI. I don't know if you ever heard of BNI.
Yeah,
or
of course.
One of the things about BNI is called Giver's Gain, and Giver's Gain is basically the more you give, the more you end up gaining without even trying. So you've done that. You've done that for me, which is why I've always said, you know what, whenever you ask me to go be a part of it without hesitation, I'll go ahead and be a part of your meetup and help out. So here's what I'm going to take away from this. And that is that I'm going to publish this podcast. I'm going to put it on video. Hopefully I'll get to do it today because I have some time. But I'm going to announce it to my meetup, because I know that a lot of people in my meetup group, they are people that are trying to grow their businesses, obviously. And meetup is one of those places where people just don't – it's, in my opinion, it's untapped. And the ones that are trying to tap into it, they're not doing it right, because they think that they post it and people will come and that's it. And when nobody shows up, they get demoralized. They get, you know what, forget about this. They lost the money they spent on the meetup, because the meetup is not free. You have to pay for it if you're the organizer. And they give up. But I want to share with everyone, look, this is the journey of your specific journey. I've had a similar journey, but not as successful as yours. But what you have that I definitely don't have is that consistency as like 60 people, plus you have the topics. I don't have the time and energy to do it. However, I do have people that I think want to jump on it. I do have a team that I believe would like to help me run this and get the word out, spread the message. I don't want to be the face. I just want to start the conversation. That's all I want to do. Right. And that's what I'm going to take from this entire thing. Now, let's get down to, you don't have to tell me specific numbers.
No, we can do it.
How much of a financial, or what kind of an impact has this had on your career or business or all of it, everything?
Okay. The meetup groups, let's see. I would say every event I get, and there's 9 events per month, I get one, and I have them 100% free. They're like pitch free, sales free zones. I go out of my way to say, you don't bring business cards. We have one event per month where you can bring business cards, and it's encouraged. Just so it doesn't turn into like a flea market. And that is every event 9 times per month. I'd say I get 1 or 2 people after the event and say, hey, can we set something up so we can talk? I want more hand holding. I'd like to hire you. I noticed that the email that you email us from is at, Bluebird Marketing Solutions. So like, you do this, and I'm like, absolutely. And I would say at least 1 per event turns into a paying client on how I work is really like a recurring monthly. So if you just, the average is anywhere, let's just put the average at, 1,000, depending on what they want. Obviously this can sway a lot, but say 1,000 to 1,500 recurring per month. So adding an additional minimum of $6,000 a month in recurring revenue.
Wow. So it's a free event, but it's you end up getting something out of it, and it's long-term.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's compound almost. It's like,
oh, yes.
One person ends up being maybe 3 months, maybe 5 or 6 months, and then you're adding one person every week. That's amazing.
I would say just from the meetup groups in just annual revenue, paying clients, and my clients stay for a while, so I have to believe that they're happy, and then I ask, and they still come to the events too, which works good. Word of mouth is king. And you know, I'm in one end of the table at Bonefish networking, and somebody's like, you got to talk to him. I'm working with him. Like, you have to do this. That's better than anything I can do.
Right.
So I'd say last year was a little over 200,000 in revenues just from one that I can direct 100% to the meetup group.
Wow.
There's more that I could say. So-and-so recommended a friend who doesn't have time to come out on Saturdays. You got kids that go, to basketball or whatever. And I've gotten some of that. And then I've gotten on speaking engagements, ITAD, Miami Bayside Foundation, Small Business Association, and got stuff that way. But directly from the meetup, around 200K a year.
Okay, dude, that's mind blowing, and it's exactly what I was saying. Givers gain. You were giving all this information. You didn't know exactly what was going to happen. You were passionate about it, and now the rewards seem to be coming in. So, and
yes,
you're good. You're good at what you do. You're actually helping people out, and you, in my opinion, I believe you would have been weeded out by now if you were not somebody that was actually good. You know what I mean? So, dude, that's. I mean, I know we could keep on for a long time because we could talk about venue.
It's not even the physical products. That's not even the physical products.
We're talking about everything. This one, I just wanted it to be the meetup conversation starter. And you're in the meetup in the Facebook group where I'm gonna post this video.
Yeah.
However, for this one person that's listening and watching this video right now, come into the group, because if you want to ask questions and just start your own meetup, what better place to do that than to talk inside the group? So invite your friends, your meetup group to the group, whatever you want. I'm going to publish this out because I am so happy you came by. I'm so happy you shared this information. I learned so much, and I have my own meetup. That just proves just because you've achieved something doesn't mean you know everything. And you taught me so much, and you just have a new baby, right? You just had a baby like a year ago, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, and my wife is 10 weeks pregnant right now. So.
Oh my dude, aren't you busy enough already as it is? Like,
I know.
I got 3 boys and they've already grown. I'm not interested in having new kids, bro. I'm done. I don't have time.
So, I think we'll be there after this one.
Thank you so much, man. I'm gonna post this up. I'm so excited. I'm gonna post this up ASAP. I really appreciate everything, man. Thank you for coming by. Is there anything else you want to share or anything?
No, nothing else. Anytime. I mean, you're one of the most brilliant marketers I know. I got to say that because you seem too humble to say it. And you're a great friend. I love your meetups. And anytime that you feel like I can add value on your show, like, you just let me know.
Thank you, man. How else can people find you, man?
On Facebook, the easiest way would be the Wizards of Amazon Facebook group. And on Instagram, at Wizards of Amazon. If you wanted to find the meetups, the China trips we do, the online seller cruise, all that stuff, the easiest way now is just download the Wizards of Amazon app, which is
you have an app now?
We had to do an app. There was way too many. We do way too many things. I mean, the China sourcing trip twice a year, online seller cruise, the different trade shows in the U.S., Entrepreneurs Book Club, the events. It's too much to send people to a million links. So it's just go here. Don't judge me on the aesthetics of the app, but everything you need is going to be there.
It gets the job done.
That's the best way to do it. Or text the word Amazon to 69922.
Wow, dude. You're just a machine.
That one I learned from you. So
all right, my brother. Bueno, thank you for coming by, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Digital Marketing Secrets Show with Carlos A. Vasquez. Want to join the exclusive digital marketing community? Of course you do. Make sure to visit us at miamimarketer.com/growth for more info. See you soon.